Hey everybody, welcome in to the Farm to Table Show on a very special live Homestead Sunday with us here on the Farm to Table Show. Um, and if you didn't figure it out, most of you are here. Jack Dyer Family Farm, is normally in this slot. But Jack is under the weather and not able to talk. So we said, hey, Jack, I texted him, said, hey, we'll jump in that spot. That way there's something going on. And so here we are. And we're going to jump over here. We got a lot of folks there in the chat. Let's see. We got, of course, uh, Scotty from Lone Cross. Scotty, always here. Sunday Smackdown, he said. Good evening. Listen, good evening to Muddy Acres Homestead. I was just over on Dale 9 Acres hanging out with them guys for a little bit. And the Muddy Acres Homestead was over there and they joined in. Of course, you see Keith is in here with us tonight, all the way live from Davao City in the Philippines. Anyway, we're hanging out, and let's see who else we got in here. Of course, I seen Paul Case. What are you doing, Paul Case? Hey, there's our kitchen. Terry, C, and Tim. I'm glad you liked the cartoon picture on the thumbnail. That was good. And there's Monty and Michelle from Red Dirt Rooster Road, and there's Chris and Dodge from Hippie Cow Yay. Chris and Amy. Hey, everybody from Leonard Mountain. Troy Sutton in with us. How you doing? Let's see, Joey Bartlett. Good to see you in there. Yep, I think I'm all caught up. Yep. Anyway, hopefully some more people will jump in as they figure out what's going on. But anyway, I know a lot of people made Mid America YouTube meetup this weekend, but I think they had some weather. I think they had some wild weather out there. I heard something about uh, tent camping in tents. Being in tents during that. I don't know. That's
Yikes.
but
Well, I woke up this morning to a couple of text messages
yeah.
from a couple of the houses we have,
Yeah.
and both of them had one had a park tree down, another one had a neighbor's tree fall across the fence,
Right.
and now I'm hearing you had some problems with a
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah. The house in town, the maple in the backyard. Wind came in last night and blew two or three pretty good size branches down off of that tree, and that was a mess. So we got that cleaned up and, got it all cut down and piled up. We started piling it up, and I looked up there, and there were two more that were new growth that were really tall. And I knew with weather coming in, more weather scheduled to come in, that was just going to be another mess. So we went ahead and took those down as a preemptive strike. So by the time I get done with it, I got all the scary stuff, but there won't be a tree there anymore when I'm done. So, but it
You
was
see
a
what
little bit
Chris
of
Amy
damage.
said.
Yeah, hey, tent camping is not for me, especially during storms. Yeah,
Chris and Amy, did you guys have a tent, or did you guys take a travel trailer?
I knew they did a travel trailer at Ten Killer, but
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Chris, yeah, I seen that you had posted Chris Dodge there, Hippie Cow, yeah, that y'all went. I'm glad y'all made it up there as well.
yeah, definitely.
And there's Robbie in the Wild Huckleberry. There's everyone should have a stalker like I do. I think. All right, Troy. uh, uh, I met Southern Tier Prepper yesterday. I don't guess I know that we don't have to look that up. But, oh man, I love the chat. Y'all guys crack me up. But
Right. I was watching Jack in his morning Bible.
right,
It's kind of rough. I'm going to be honest with you. It sounds like that really got a hold of him,
right.
and I kind of understand why he just really wasn't up to having conversations. Um, and he was relying on kind of a voiceover to read portions of it. Um,
Hey there, Ed Kirkpatrick. Glad to see you, buddy.
hey, Ed.
Yeah. Um, yeah, he had mentioned when we were texting, he had said he just did not think he could talk for an hour. There was no way. And based on, I think he had said he had done some voice stuff to be able to get through his Bible things and everything. Yeah. and he did sound. Robbie's right. He sounded real bad Thursday morning, and so I know I think he used AI voice or something. I don't know.
Yeah, some kind of artificial voice there, but at least he got it done. You know what I mean? I mean,
Right.
he's sticking to it, and that was the one thing that I was thinking of is that,
Yeah.
man, if I felt like that, I don't know that I would really be up and trying to hammer it like that. But kudos to him. He really dedicated. You know what I mean? Dedicated.
Oh, let me see. Um, uh, Donald, Lisa, who are you asking about? Who did the logo? Are you talking about which logo are you talking about? Because I didn't see the initial question. If they so much stuff moving, but he should have not done the weather report.
All
uh,
right, but he did, and I could tell that he was kind of struggling.
yeah, it
He
was.
did it. Yeah.
It was rough, no doubt about it, no doubt. And so definitely keep him in prayers. And I know I've seen some of the people that may not be. Oh, ours. You talking about the
Donald
Farm to
Lisa's.
Table Show logo?
Yeah.
Um, that was done. It was kind of mine and Keith's kind of. I guess Keith kind of working on it, and then we were having some shirts made and worked with a graphic designer at the T-shirt, and they kind of fixed it up and gave us the vectors on it. And then so when we dropped direct out of the name here recently, we just did some font change and moved it over. So
He might be talking about the
now, if you're
thumbnail.
talking about the cartoon for the
Yeah.
thumbnail, now that was Chat GPT. That was completely AI generated. I gave it a picture of me and a picture of Keith, and it generated up that picture on that thumbnail. I've got several more, but anyway, so let's see. See what we got. Don't do 10. Sat in the car for the second round of storms. That was at 3:15 a.m. until it was over. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, not my idea of camping, I'll tell you.
But so yeah, Donald,
Uh,
if you're talking about the thumbnail with me and Keith, yeah, that was AI. Uh, yeah,
yeah, I don't know how many people in the audience have seen this, but it's hilarious.
right.
If you do it right, you can do a podcast and upload your podcast and go through a a few. Um, where are we at, bro?
I'm right here. I was just
Oh,
adding something. I was
um,
just bringing it up so people could see it.
so have you guys seen any of the podcasts that take these images just like this and turn them into animated podcasts? In other words, it's our real voice, it's our podcast, it's our background, it's everything except for it has baby faces and they have they have our expression. They have our facial hair if we want that, but it was out there. I was really curious about that. I had seen it on Glenn Beck, and him and Glenn and Stu Bergier was having it,
Mhm.
one of theirs done, and
Yeah,
it
right.
was just hilarious to see babies talking about serious matters.
Yeah, I've been working through the process and doing some research and playing with it. Um, did some early stuff, and it's kind of generic. You gotta I ain't gonna say you gotta spend money, but you gotta spend money. You've got to have the right programs in, and you've got to. It really takes some time, and I'm still working through to make sure I get all the details. Because you can do, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, the front porch Friday, I'm gonna have that one. I'm gonna have to have redone so that I've got my glasses. uh, yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
have it on that one, and it's it is too funny, and that's when we seen it, and I was like, this will be perfect. Yeah, this one has your glasses. Um, so yeah, everybody's talking. I'm gonna move the chat off. There we go. Yeah, there it is again. Yeah,
yeah. Finally, he can see.
yeah, exactly. So
So
anyway,
that took a if I'm not mistaken, that took a pre-existing picture that we
yeah,
had
that took two
separately,
pictures.
though,
Yeah, I
right?
took two separate pictures, uploaded one of me and one of you, and then it's made several. Uh, so yeah, they're pretty cool. So it's just a cool way to be able to play around with things and have fun.
Okay.
Like I said, I did that one all on my phone. That was, uh,
I want to try. I went through and watched a few videos on how to do that
it's,
as a podcast, just taking the section of the podcast. Like if we took this one
yeah,
separately afterwards
yeah,
and we put through the processes, this would come in with baby Keith and baby Ryan
right.
podcast. And that's,
Oh, that's gonna
yeah,
be.
that gets me going a little bit. I
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
well, it's going to be fun. We've both of us working on it. So yeah, it's just a cool little thing that you can do with AI. You know, everybody. I understand people's concerns with it, including mine and Keith's. We've observed that it tries to get pretty chummy with you. It tries to, as Keith said in another earlier, it endears you to. It tries to be like your friend. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't know how many people out there have seen that little clip that I did. I wanted to break
yeah,
it down, and what I'm talking about is me and Chat GPT clip. I put it in a reel. But I hung that thing up. What was it? 2 years, bro? 2 years ago in
been 2 years
National.
ago. Yeah, I guess it has been.
I don't know. It's been quite a while, but but I wonder sometimes if people really think that I'm trying to say I love Chat GPT. Now, yeah, there's aspects of it, but what it was I was trying to make people aware that AI is trying to endure itself to us. If you have had any exposure to ChatGPT, Grok, AI in general, um, it likes to treat you like it's your friend.
Yep.
It like and you find yourself, me included, saying thank you.
Right.
Excuse me, wait a minute. What did I just do?
Yep.
It performed a process, and I say thank you or I say please, and what am I doing?
Right.
Am I finding myself going along with what the intention of it was? So
Right.
it's making a digital me is what it's doing. Okay, and
Right.
it's making a digital you, and it's trying to learn you and to become your best friend, if you will.
Yeah. But he agreed
So
we weren't either.
yeah,
He said I'm not techie at all. Yeah. We've gotten more techie, that's for sure.
yeah. Um, and I do. I mean, it has some really good upsides to it. Whenever you're trying to collaborate on something, it can give you some feedback on it. Or if you've got any question, like we're going through a documentary that we're working on in the background, and there are some terminologies in the film industry that I heard about, but I didn't understand. So I wanted it to break down what those terminologies meant. And so it was able to do that, and then to tell it to give me some examples of what that actually looks like. And so it was able to do those things. So, oh, right. And, right.
Yeah.
Then it kills you.
Uh, there's
Yeah.
always that concern there, Jeff. Always that concern. Oh man, that is too funny. Yeah, they made movies about it, right? Terminator and all that, right?
I know, right? It's like the movies. What did they know back then that
Right.
we're finding out now? You know,
Didn't build some Megan
That's
doll,
all you
did you?
know.
Oh, that is too funny.
Ooh, maybe that's kind of what we are in that thumbnail you were just showing there is little
Maybe I don't know.
dolls. That's a little scary, bro.
I know it. Listen, no, those are pretty cool for a cartoony kind of thing. But you've seen the ones like Glenn and Stu and them had done, and some of these others where it looks like a real life person. You know,
Yeah,
they, you
it
know,
looks like a real baby speaking in adult language and
yep,
having all the facial expressions that Glenn and Stu had,
right.
which I mean,
It's,
it's amazing. But it brings up a serious question. Who do you trust on social media anymore? Is it live Ryan or is it Memorex Ryan?
go. Tomorrow we'll be live.
Okay, that's nice to know. Um, Looking forward to it in the continuing saga
Yes.
of
uh, the self-reliance scale, and
the self-reliance, yeah.
yeah,
And
we're on
so,
we're on to step two. We're on to principle two this week. So, which is
uh,
growth being anything. So,
so I wanted to share with you guys or ask you guys if y'all had seen this uh, latest Jordan Peterson video with Joe Salatin in it. Have you seen that?
You said Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson just finished an interview with Joel Salatin.
Oh, I'll
I
have to go
think
check
it
that
was
out.
just now. It might have been a month old, and I or something, and I just got
Yeah, they
around to
have
it.
sat down. I know, but I hadn't.
Yeah.
But I think I've gotten clips of it. But that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I like to get recommendations from movie because I don't. There's certain things that I see titles and they just don't really do it for me, and I
Right.
just don't want to waste my time on certain things. Watching certain things, movies from Hollywood and all of that. So I like it when recommendations come to me, and so. Um, I just kind of wanted to share that link out there to you guys if y'all want to take a look at it. If you guys want to really get an in-depth look at restorative or restorative farming, you
Narrative.
guys can look at this link.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely there. He can put that up. So anyway, we were talking earlier about the trees down and storms, and I know a lot of people have had. Yeah, you can check that. There's that link for that interview. Um, a lot of people have had weather damage and stuff. I know earlier I seen that Rebecca and them I think are in the path of some weather coming right now, and so we need to be prayerful of that. But how about everybody else? Have y'all? I know Chris and Dodge. It seems like everything's been hitting y'all's hilltop, hitting y'all over there this year. But how's
Well,
everybody making it out through on all this weather?
bro, does it, and I'll ask everybody in chat, does it seem like that this is an unusually high occurrence of weather this time of year? I mean, I don't want to get locked into that because I remember 2011 we came back and it was just like Tornado Alley was just blowing up, man.
I said that same thing over with Donald and Lisa on Money Pit earlier, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, because I had that same thought. There's like, is it just me? And I put probably not, but does it seem like there's a lot more of this? And Donald kind of had a pretty good take that it's cyclic, and they remember because they're over in Kentucky, and they remember cycles where it went up and went down, and that type of thing. So. I don't know.
Why are trees falling over suddenly?
Well, now like
Just
mine is straight line winds and it's maple and it's a
straight
soft wood, but now the one in the front yard it's an ash tree and that thing is hard. We've watched that thing bend limbs to the ground and not break. Um, so it's I don't mind that tree, but that one in the back's been a problem for a long time. Um, so, bro, how's the garden, the compost going over there?
Okay, so yeah, it's funny with the compost bin. What I'm composting is a couple of trash cans. One of the trash cans is for the brown matter, dry leaves, paper, that sort of thing, and the other one is the compost bin, where I'm putting the green matter in. And the thing is when you're overseas, you don't have all your tools with you, and so you're kind of. I mean, I could go out and buy a drill and a bit to make the holes in the compost bin so the air comes through, and the holes in the bottom of the trash bin or compost bin so that worms can come up and be a part of that.
Right.
Um, and so the only thing I had is a butcher knife. And
Yeah, that's
so funny what you can do with a simple tool. A little harder work, I have to say, but so far it's doing pretty good. And I've eaten a lot of okra since I've been here
there you
from what we are growing here. And as I understand it, okra is a very good food to eat. It's fairly low carb. And of
go.
course, I like to kind of pay attention to that. And I love vegetables, but the best way you can eat it, and I don't know if people out there have eaten it this way. I know you do, bro.
I
And
know.
I,
Yeah.
I like raw. okra.
Hmm. Yeah. And I want to interrupt for just a second, bro. Tell Amy good night there. She's, I guess we're putting her to sleep. I don't know. Anyway. But anyway, they all said they're tired, I think, from the weekend. But anyway, it's a good night to them. And yeah, and Robbie said, yeah. Anyway, we'll get back to the weather. But yeah, the okra raw is, oh, Muddy Acre said, I will send you a drill. Yeah, that's a long mail trip to the Philippines there, Jeff.
Yeah, by the time I come home, it might actually arrive,
No kidding. Hey, Jack the cat showed up, so we have a Jack in the house. So,
Jack the cat?
yeah, Jack, my cat. He just jumped
Oh,
on my
Jack,
lap.
your cat.
Yeah,
Okay.
my cat. Anyway,
Um,
yeah, it's yeah, I love the raw okra. I've got onto that when I was, I don't know, I guess 12 or 13. Uh, I tried it that way, and uh, yeah, I did. I don't grow it. I haven't grown it in a long time, but I love it raw, straight out the garden, straight off the plants, the best. And
right. So, a question to you, highly experienced gardeners out there.
yeah,
When do you like to pick your okra? Not a time of day, but how long is your okra generally when you pick it?
yeah, yeah, because we
Yeah.
were having that discussion the other day about when was the right thing. Now, let's Jeff, we are. I'm in western Arkansas, and Keith's actual home is in eastern Oklahoma, southeastern Oklahoma,
Yeah.
and I am in the foothills of the Ozarks. And Keith is very close to the Wachitas, but anyway, he's currently out of the country in the Philippines for a few months with family
Right.
over there. So,
Yeah. My wife is Filipina,
right.
and
But
we've
Jeff,
been together 22 years now. And through that period of time, we've managed to, build a little bit of a life over here in the Philippines. And so we just like to come over and actually enjoy some of the time and change scenery a little bit. And it looks like I might have got out in the nick of time from all that weather reporting.
yeah, given the phone call you had, you'd be out with your chainsaw right now fixing things.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, that's the
but
problem.
Jeff with Muddy Acres did answer. He said 4 inches on the okra.
4 inches. Okay, I've been doing it right around 5 or 6, but I didn't. I'm not that experienced at it, and it seemed that 5 or 6 was pretty good. It wasn't hard. It was still crunchy, still had all of that. But I'll try this next one that's about to come off at 4 inches and see if I can, taste the difference or feel the difference of that. But it's kind of like I want to get every bit of, every last mile out of that piece of okra that I can. So I waited that day, and it's amazing how fast it grows.
Oh man, it's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joy Bartlett said that she heard that you can use clothes dryer tumblers for composting.
Uh, Clothes dryer. What was
The
that?
tumblers,
Oh,
the
tumblers.
yeah.
The little sheets. Is that what you're talking about?
Or,
Or
yeah, like inside a dryer, it has a tumbler that turns around, so you do your composting in there, and you can rotate your compost.
oh, I wonder
Yeah,
if my wife would let me do that.
probably not. At least not to her nice dryer.
Honey, what's all of this junk doing in the dryer? No.
Jeff says he pickles his. Muddy Acre said
Oh,
he
you
pickles.
do pickling, yeah. Yeah, I like it pickled. I like it just about anyway. Fried, pickled, steamed, and raw. I
Yeah,
love it all.
yeah. I'm more
Uh,
to the fried and the raw, but I may need to get on the pickled. Uh, you know, you know.
right. So uh, we also grow oregano over here,
Okay.
and I like to have plenty of oregano on hand because if I get a cold like I do, it feels like a summer cold coming on right now. We mix that oregano um, with ginger root. Um, I don't think it has garlic in it. Ginger root. What else? It's a little fruit called a calamansi, which is kind of like a lemon. It's just a small lemon, and we squeeze that in there, and we put a little bit of honey in it, and it really works well to soothe. Um, if you catch a cold, or it can be used as a good tea. I even like the taste of it. Maybe a little strange. I don't know.
Anyway, Joey said repurpose old dryers is what she was talking about, and which I like the reuse and repurpose and being creative with old things like that. And then Jeff says I have a dryer for coyote hides. So Jeff, I'm just going to go ahead and ask. I heard you mention New York earlier. Are you in? You are obviously probably. I'm just guessing. Very much upstate New York. Uh, I've seen some crazy things in the city, but I don't think a coyote was it. But upstate New York, I can definitely see y'all having it up there. But, anyway, so yeah, it's uh, okay. And yeah, go check out the Muddy Acres Homestead. I haven't got over to do that yet, but Robbie just said he just subbed, so go give them a
Well,
look.
yeah, you
Give them a
guys,
shout.
great place to find and connect with great channels from
Right.
around America and even over in the Philippines.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't, it's something that I don't find over here very much is other channels, and I've seen one, but other channels that are like homesteading channels in the Philippines,
Right.
you know, and it doesn't make sense. I was sitting down and talking to one of our neighbors. Now, we're pretty well known in our little neighborhood because, like I say, I've been coming here for years. But one of our neighbors was sitting at our table, and I asked, I said, do you guys grow any food? They've got, like, you're in a tropical zone, most beautiful plants that you would ever want to see, and they grow phenomenally here. And yet, I don't see a lot of people growing for food. Now, I do see some, you know, um, but I just found that quite interesting. And they just said, no, we don't. And I'm like, that makes no sense to me.
Right.
I said, look at me. I'm I'm growing right here in what little bit of space I've got to grow in,
Right.
and you could offset your food costs because food costs over here ain't great. You know, maybe a little cheaper.
Let's see.
So,
Yeah. I'd ask Muddy Acres, and that's it's weird though. Oh, anyway, he had.
sorry.
It's okay. We're both clicking on it. He lived in
Yeah.
Iowa his whole life, moved to New York. The soil sucks. uh, I, Iowa to New York. Yeah, I don't know if that was the best choice. Anyway, uh,
I don't
but
know. State of New
maybe.
York.
Yeah. Actually, it's beautiful up there in that area where he's talking about. It's really beautiful up there. But yeah, it's definitely got a different soil up there. Anyways, his channel is mostly trapping related. Want to add more homesteading stuff. Cool.
Hello, Let's Trade Paint. Good to see you in this evening.
All
And
right.
in case you wasn't aware, this
Hey.
is not Jack.
Yeah.
Uh, we're
Yeah.
filling in for Jack's space this week,
Hey,
and
Sean Kelly. Yeah. Yeah.
so anyway, that's
Place.
why you see our mugs up here today.
That's it. Jack and Company may be a little more entertaining. I don't know. But anyway,
So
we don't have bald heads. We got hair. But anyway,
Jack's
but
just got one of those personalities. It's
he
kind of
does.
magnificent.
Yeah. Sean Kelly, did y'all make it
Don't,
up to
don't tell him
Midway?
I'm talking about him like
Huh?
that, okay, bro? Don't tell him I was talking good about him like that. And
Uh, oh, okay. China is buying Iowa too fast. Not to get political. It's okay with us if you get that
it's
way.
fine. You're in good company with me.
We
I tell
don't.
you.
We don't shy away from it too. We don't dwell on it, but we don't shy away from it.
Right.
But yeah, Arkansas passed, and I think others are starting to. But Arkansas passed a law that took care of that problem right there. So,
Oklahoma did the same thing about 2 years ago. I think they won't let China buy up farmland, and so
Scott, Scotty, Scotty, this was. He's replying. I love this. He said, East Coast soil is diabolical." Hello. Yeah, too much salt is what I think.
yeah.
Too much salt.
So um, did Muddy Acres ever give us his name? I don't know. I
It's
want
John.
to refer
Or
to
no,
it.
Jeff. Jeff. I'm sorry, it's Jeff.
Jeff. Okay. So Jeff, has your state done anything to, or I guess it was Ohio. Was it Ohio or Ohio?
Iowa.
Iowa. Have they done anything legislative to prevent some of that?
Oh, maybe not. Or maybe they're behind. I don't know. It's I don't know the politics up there as far as left, right, middle, no care. I don't know. But anyway, it's a good question. As Sean said, they had a great time at Mid America meetup. So I guess y'all survived the weather okay. We were hearing about storms and tents and people hiding out in their cars. So, and I know how the
Well,
weather can get right there on that lake. So it's,
did you guys have to leave early, or did you guys? Was it a like a Friday and Saturday event? Friday, Saturday, Sunday? I
it
don't
was
remember.
Mid
It was
America
only
was it was Friday through Sunday.
oh, Friday through Sunday.
And
So did
I think
leave.
last night was when it got hairy. So because that's when same time I had my storm down in Van Buren. All we had was thunder, lightning, and rain up here. But anyway, he said not yet. As far as I'm guessing, he's talking about the
Right.
legislature.
Yeah, as far as that goes, and that's really
Right
sad.
leaning. Well, that's good. At least it's right leaning. Talking about their
Yeah.
guy.
So, but yeah, man, we really need to pay attention to what's going on, with other countries coming in to buy our land. And I can tell you, living in the Philippines, I'm not allowed to own land, and yet I've got a couple of houses here. My wife's she owns it, and so we have to be careful what we do because it's not a reciprocal deal, and I'm not sure if you can own land in China.
I know.
So,
I know. Oh, they wrote it out in the tent. No problem for them.
wow.
Y'all are tough. Y'all are tough. Me and Sean sat and had a pretty good talk up at Tin Killer talking about cars and trucks and old stuff like that. So really, maybe a little tougher. uh, let's see, Scotty. I go to Connecticut a lot. I hot the edge of Massachusetts. Slide right through the edge. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, from where you're at there going up, yeah, just breeze through the edge of Massachusetts to Connecticut. I was trying to remember where I was up on the north side of upstate. I think it was in Vermont, maybe in Connecticut. I don't know. I think it was in Vermont, but I was just north of them and needed to. I was having to go south, and I was going to have to backtrack all the way around through Massachusetts, all the way around through that. And the old boy that I was picking up from, he said, "Hey," he said, "just take this state highway right here, and it'll take you right over the mountains and drop you out right down in New York where you need to be." And he wasn't wrong, and it was a beautiful drive, but 2 lane state highway, kind of like going to Mena over the backside of Tallahassee or something like that. I mean, it was hairy, and but anyway, yeah, but it did drop me straight in. He was right. It was just a crazy drive. Yeah, he's talking about making buying land. Yeah, you go. Yeah, same thing. Buying land impossible to homestead. 27,000 an acre. Good grief.
Yeah.
We got some people up there. E&D Livestock. They're up there, and let's see, who's one of our new ones? What's her name? One of our new people's from Iowa as well up there. But yeah, but still 27,000 an acre. Wow. Thought it was bad at 12 down here. 12 to 20, but
So that's interesting that you say that. We did an interview with Sean and Beth Doherty, on that very subject about buying land and how a lot of the, you know, big, or I should say, uh, richer people have bought up a lot of the good land, and so they were saying that we just get the bits and pieces, what's left, and I was really impressed with their story about how they bought their land. They
yeah,
didn't buy anything that they couldn't pay cash for.
yeah,
Okay. And he said that they bought land that
okay,
not a lot of other people wanted. And so sometimes, finding land is understanding that you're buying a circumstance,
yeah,
save you money. Is it hard work to bring the soil back to life? Yes, but with especially if you believe in regenerative farming and the things like rotation of your livestock and that sort of thing, uh, then little by little working with the land because God made that land beautiful to begin with, and it can all be brought back to its original beauty through working with nature to make it happen. And so you guys check that video out on her,
Absolutely.
about
Yeah.
it it's well worth the watch, at least something to consider. And we just released that on the Farm to Table show this week, actually. So
Yeah. So it's a,
check
yeah,
that out.
it's, and it's a, so that's what you're doing there. Yeah. That was the, yeah, repurpose, taking land that's maybe, you know, just not desirable, I guess, and making it into something. So he said that's what he's doing there. So, anyway. And that's good stuff. I mean, it is. It's important. Um, you know,
Yeah.
I always joke.
When
I joke I have a rock farm, but you can grow up here. I mean, I can grow, try and grow just about anything up here. Just gotta maybe work a little harder sometimes. But I ain't that I don't get the rain. I can promise you that. But last year, we had the rain early like this last year, and then we hit a spell going into late June, July, August, where you couldn't buy rain. And
yeah,
my neighbor Clarence, he had planted a nice sized garden, and first time in a while he had done it. He had a helper and planted a nice garden, and it just killed it. The sun killed it. He couldn't get enough water out there to it, and so struggled with that. But anyway, so well, that's cool. I tell you, Jeff, it's an interesting conversation to talk about that stuff.
did
Man,
you see
yeah,
that he paid 3K in New York? I just want to ask, how long ago was that?
Brian, no kid. He just said 56 years old, starting over. Wow. Uh,
Oh, wow.
I, at 53, and I bought my place 6 years ago. So I mean, it's I get it, but and out doing back. I always say it's back out taking care of property, back out having to do that stuff. It's like it's a job with got to go to work, got to go to work, make money, but there is never a day I don't have something to do here. So you know, I might not do it, but there's never a day I don't. Uh, Snows and rains here all the time, hence the name, the Muddy Acres. Yeah, that kind of. I think it probably, as far north as you are in that northeast corner up there. Yeah, snow and rain. Last May,
Yeah.
been here
Yep.
one.
Do you guys have animals on your property there? I don't know how deeply you get into this, but if you do, further than that, are you rotating your cattle
Ooh,
from paddock to paddock?
I don't know. Especially I don't know how much he's got there if he's doing that. That's, I don't know. Bro, it's interesting how many people I know that a lot do it and a lot don't. And, um, but
I
yeah,
find this just a little shocking. He says last May that he's
yeah,
only been there a year, so that means he paid 3,000 an acre
yeah.
last
Like I said, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's that's up there in that area where he's at. He's fairly. I mean, it's the northeast, but he's away from the city, and so just building fence. Yeah, but so yeah, so he's still still working it, and that's okay. That's building everything. It's a journey, it's a process, and you know. I've been here for 6 years and I still ain't got fence done. So much to much to some dismay, but I've been, you know, but as far as we've had the property that long, I've been living in it now. What, a year and a half, I guess. Yeah, year and a half. So, but anyway, well, where's our? Let's see, what do we got going on, bro? Let me see. Oh, out in space. I think I seen that somewhere else. Chickens, rabbits, and a couple of sheep, cattle coming. So,
Hello,
okay.
out in space. I seen you over on the Wild Huckleberry. Welcome into the Farm to Table Show.
Yeah, no
We
kidding.
are filling in for Jack Dyer on Dyer Family Farms tonight, in case that's who you were expecting. But anyway, glad you're in. And remember this space next week. Come back, and we hope Jack is feeling better, and you'll be able to see the regular faces.
Yeah,
And so,
absolutely.
going back over to Jeff.
Yeah,
Um, He says that they have, let me pull it up here, chickens, rabbits, and a couple of sheep. Cattle is coming.
right.
Jeff, are you familiar with Joel Salatin and his regenerative farming techniques? Um, and if so, you might be able to turn that muddy homestead into something that is quite thriving. Joe Salatin's backstory. Uh, is quite amazing how they have renovated, or how would you say that, regenerated the farm that they purchased.
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
and and some of the techniques that they use. Okay, good, good. And so, I'm really impressed with that. And I'm also impressed with Greg Judy. I don't know if you've heard of Greg Judy or not, but I read a book by Greg Judy on, rotational grazing and how he does things. And he does it a little different. He don't even buy all the land. He just makes deals with his neighbors that's got land that's not very good, and he rotates them through the people that's right around him and turns their property into something quite amazing too. So that's another resource if you haven't seen that one, Greg Judy. And then One Cow Revolution by Sean and Beth Doherty. I'm really impressed with that. And well, there's a lot of people that I'm impressed with. We have really been fortunate enough to come in contact with a lot of experts, including Jack Dyer, with the chickens and people.
No, no, Andrew. I don't think Greg Judy is related to Judge Judy. Uh, and Don said, "My Greg Judy is very knowledgeable." Yes, very much so. Hey, Scotty, I'm asking if I remember, if my brain hasn't totally died over the weekend. You've got a procedure in the morning, brother, don't you? Um,
Oh, yeah, that's right, Scotty.
Definitely want to be praying for everyone. Well, if you're not, I guess that means I might be missing you in the morning. It's going to feel kind of weird.
All right. So for you guys that are first timers here with the Farm to Table Show, every morning at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, the Farm to Table Show morning edition airs for about 30 minutes. And our buddy Scotty is generally the one that comes in and turns the lights on, and that's
Yeah,
how we get started. So we'll miss him in the morning, and of course I'll be there to take your place, Scotty, to have the lights turned on and take your place. But I couldn't really replace you. There's no other replace. There's no replacement for Scotty. So
there's no other Scotty. That's it.
Scotty is, well, Scotty. Okay,
That's
that's
it.
all I'm going to say about
We love
that.
having him in there in the morning and letting him, keeps us on our toes. He's
Yeah.
10:30 a.m. tomorrow. So hey, we might actually have Scotty with us in the morning. Okay,
Oh,
so
really?
maybe it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's procedures at 10:30. So that's seven to
Okay.
7:30. I don't know if you got to drive any distance. I don't know. But yeah, definitely. You know,
Okay. I
have
hope that surgery does everything it's supposed to do for you, Scotty. I can't imagine going through some of the things that, the difficulties you've been going through. But, brother, hang in there. You got a lot of people behind your back. We are hashtag stronger together here. And we got a prayer warrior team here that's second to none. So,
guarantee you. I'll see if I can figure out how to turn the lights on. Robbie.
turning the lights on as I leave the door. Yeah. It's
Well, anyway,
here.
hopefully, Scotty, if is not away from us at all or long at all, but definitely be praying for Scotty. I know there's several others that are going through some things. Always is, but so definitely keep
Thank you.
people
And for those of you who don't know, the wild huckleberry is
right.
Robbie, another one of the solid people in this community. And we appreciate that, Robbie, if you're there to help turn those lights on.
Yeah,
Uh, please do.
he's usually pretty quick on the draw in the mornings.
I
So
know.
and of course, yeah, definitely be praying for that. But yeah, we've got our little morning crew. And for those who don't know, we're like you said, Monday through Friday from 6 to about 6:30 Central Standard Time. Um,
Right.
so that's not too many hours from now. But anyway,
If you got some dead space around 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, whether you're feeding cows, chickens, or on your way to work, whatever it is, it's nice to tune in. We try to provide a somewhat educational, something that is, um,
it's a little format.
hopefully worth y'all's time, right?
But anyway, we got a good group of people that's over in the chat every morning. So great guys and gals. Several of them are in here tonight, as a matter of fact. But,
Yeah, that's
uh, but yeah, it's. But anyway, man, I don't know, bro. It's there's man, we're heading into the summer months. We're heading into the it's already gotten hot, and then now it's rain and storms. I don't know what's going to do, but I'm I'm anxious to. I don't know. It's like, man, it got 90 the other day, and I was dying. So I don't know. But, yeah, we'll see what happens there. Um, kind of bummed about missing Mid America, but man, at the same time, the storms. I mean, I don't miss that. But as I'm going to tell you, I have storms in a camper in a travel trailer, much less a tent. No thanks. But anyway, um, but let me see what was on there. Some other stuff I seen earlier. Um, let's see, where were we at? Let's see. You will meet Memorex Ryan too. Yeah,
in the morning, old Scotty.
occasionally. Wow, he said 39 degrees tonight there where he's at. No, not here. It's going to be lucky if I get into about, I don't know, 60, 70. It's going to be pretty hot.
39 degrees. Man, that's sleeping weather right there, Jeff.
I'm telling you what, yeah, my low is like 62. Yeah, that's crazy.
What are the highs during the day, Muddy
Yeah.
Acres?
Golly.
Um,
But yeah, definitely meet them occasionally when I have to be into work early. Memorex Ryan. So you'll reference, it'll be pre-recorded, but the chat will still be live. So that makes everybody has their own little fun with that.
right. So, you know, one of the things that I practice while I'm over here talking about weather,
68
let's
East
see.
Oklahoma. Yeah.
Oh, 68.
In Northeast Oklahoma. Yeah,
All
that's what
right.
Sean. Yeah,
Or lows. I bet he's talking about lows here.
yeah, um,
Yeah.
yeah. 53 to 55 highs this week.
Yeah, that's just good working weather.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Sleeping and working works really nicely. And I don't know what the humidity level is up there, if 53 is really super cold or if it's just really nice. Is it dry? I don't know.
No,
Um,
informative. Thank you, Scotty. Appreciate that.
got it. Yeah, we
Joey said
do.
72 in Sapulpa.
72 in Sapulpa.
Yeah, I think we're.
That's right now.
I'm 74 right now. So,
Oh, okay. So that's right now.
yeah, but yep. So
Well,
it's
bro,
the weather.
what do we got coming up next after this?
After us is Red Dirt Rooster Road.
Yeah.
They're gonna round the night out with ice cream social and 68 in Oklahoma, Adair County. Yeah,
68. That's not terrible.
But
I can,
still enjoy Memorex. Prefer live. Well, I appreciate it. I prefer being live. But,
yeah, we do too, man. We like it better live like that.
but, but yeah, Red Dirt Rooster Road is coming up after us tonight. Um, so they'll be over there, like I said, ice cream social and catching up with Marty and Michelle and all the crew will be over there. So definitely go check them out. Elevation 2,500 feet. Always wet, so feels cool. Yeah.
See, I don't like wet and cold. I just don't do that well.
It's
I just don't do it well.
it's I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what my elevation is. I'd have to check, but I know it's higher than it is in the valley. Yeah. You got to see them yesterday. Got to meet Monty and Michelle. Seen them yesterday. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they were
cool.
up there. A lot of folks made it in up there, and I was bummed. I seen earlier. I seen Jesse and Lisa and them, and they'd posted being there and doing all that. And it's like, man, But yeah, I don't know what I've never honestly looked to see what my elevation is. I don't even know if my phone will tell me. It doesn't. But anyway, it's I just know it's higher up than a lot of other people, and I get that wet. I always say it's like when you see the mountains and you see that little fog hanging up in the mountains and that mist. It looks real beautiful till you live in it. you know, but so yeah, I'm usually wetter than everybody down below in the valley. But anyway, but yeah, so yeah. kind of, I don't know, doing different. It's been, hanging out with, it's been a while since, I mean, Fridays, I guess we kind of do it without a show. It's at 62 inches of snow total this winter. Wow. That's a lot of snow. Was that all at once or was that throughout the whole winter? Man, sounds like he moved to Alaska. I don't know. uh, but it is like that up there. I had friends that were up at Fort Drum up there, and that's what they said. It was like winter. I mean, their winters up there were no joke. So, I don't know. But, still with me, bro?
Yeah, I am. I'm about to put the link in over to Red Dirt Rooster Road for everybody's convenience,
Oh, okay.
and
There you
so
go.
that
He was
just make.
quiet.
Yeah, yeah. I went
Yeah,
quiet,
it's a
but
little
not
weird for I mean, this is like Friday on steroids. Oh, through the winter. Okay, so 62
By
inches
the way,
total.
it's my Monday morning if anybody
Yeah,
cares.
your Monday morning. Yeah, my Friday, my Sunday evening, and I'm about to have to wrap it
Yeah.
up and here in just a few minutes, and got to go get things ready for tomorrow. And but the show's all done. Okay, yep, there it is. Show's all done. Got the show flow, got everything ready right here.
Well, what are we talking about tomorrow? Speak.
Tomorrow is growth science. It's principle number two in the 7 steps. It's step number two in the 7 steps to self reliance. It's grow something, anything, reclaiming your food and your freedom. So that's tomorrow's show.
Right. Grow something,
Anything.
anything.
Yep. And so,
Start your journey to reclaiming your sovereignty,
yeah.
your independence. And,
Well, Jeff, we enjoyed having you in here. We enjoyed your
yeah,
comments and chatting back and forth, getting to know you a little bit. We're normally not here on Sunday. I mean, we're normally here on Sunday nights hanging out, but we're hanging out on other people's lives. We normally don't do a live on Sunday night. Um,
yeah.
Pretty well, you know, uh, Monday through Friday, let's say at 6 a.m. Central is our 30-minute show every day. But
Right. And then, of course, we're not on the Sunday night lineup, but we're always in chat.
yeah,
You
we're
know,
usually in
normally
the chat.
chat
So,
on Sunday homesteading.
yeah.
Uh,
So glad
but
that you joined us, and I look forward to
yeah,
seeing
it
you
was
more.
nice. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just telling look forward to seeing him back more, and seeing him on the channel. And,
Right. Yeah. As
yeah,
we say here, we'll keep the light on for you down south, and
yeah, yeah,
and y'all come see us. You
yeah,
hear?
yeah. So,
Is
but
that a little
anyway,
too cliche?
still 80 there, Robbie. Golly, yeah, where's Robbie? You always have to remember he's further south. He's southeast from me, and he's
Yeah,
a
I
little
just think that much further
he's a little
south.
closer to the delta. So he's a little
That's
warmer.
true. That's true.
He,
Yeah.
if he's any further south, he'd be a Cajun. So but anyway, but yeah, he's over there.
Um,
But yeah,
so
it's
I've really enjoyed. I've been over here for a while, and of course, Ryan does the morning show. I'm generally over in chat, but been a little while since I've gone live. I think we went live once last week,
yeah. You came
and
on.
it
You
was a
came.
little bit there.
Yeah, you came
But
on one of the Fridays. Yeah. So,
it's kind of nice to get back into the groove a little bit on social media here. Y'all come back now. You
yeah.
hear? It's been a Filmway presentation. You remember that, Scotty? That was Ellie Mae, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was Ellie Mae on
On Beverly Hillbillies.
Hillbillies,
Yeah.
right? Y'all come back now. You hear?
Yeah. There you
Anyway,
go.
we enjoyed
Yeah.
tonight. And,
Right.
we're winding it down. We got about 5 more minutes, bro. You want to kind of tell people a little bit about some of the activities that'll be coming up in the community?
Yeah, well, let's see. Yeah, I'll slide
Oh,
that page up. I happen to have it handy.
look
um,
at you.
of course, everything just went on with Mid America, but coming up the first week in June, June 6th and 7th, is the Homestead Festival in Hardison Mills near Columbia, Tennessee. That's at Rory Feek's property down there, and it's a big festival, music, vendors, speakers, and it's a pretty large event. 6,000, I think, last year there. So right there in south of Nashville, there in Columbia, and at the end of June, Modern Homesteading Conference out in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. People can go to modernhomesteading.com, find it out, or you can look out there on the old Facebook and find it over there. But that's another big event out west, and I've got a great lineup. Ozarks Homesteading Expo, September 5th through the 6th, Marshfield, Missouri. We're looking forward to that one. It'll be coming back after the hot of summer and kicking off the fall run. And that's another large event with a great lineup. And so you can find them at Ozarks Homesteading Expo. You can find them on Facebook or Google machine out there and find them and get tickets for that. And of course, September 26th and 27th, the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous in the Southeast Expo Center, McAlester, Oklahoma. That is it's year number 2 and shaping up to be a great event this year. It was really good last year, really great, and more sponsors and more vendors and more speaker presenters and just overall a lot more, lot of stuff. And Chris and Dodge and the committee are doing a great job putting that together. And so it's shaping up to be a good one. Of course, we'll be there at both of those events and bringing the Farm to Table Show live to those 2 events. And so, that'll be a lot of fun there. And of course, then rounding out the year, and I know anyway, I'll get back in a minute. There's Homesteaders of America Conference is October 10th through the 11th in Front Royal, Virginia. That's the granddaddy of them all, so to speak. That's the one that kind of got it all this kicked off. And they have a speaker lineup that is absolutely second to none.
Yeah.
The speaker lineup out there. 2 people that everybody is. Hey, there's Shane Cody coming in. Hey, both times here, there, Cody. But anyway, of course, the Salatons and all the different ones, the Aniseed Scott, and different people that are there. But Nick Freitas and John Lovell are both there as well this year. John Lovell from Warrior Poet Society, and Nick Freitas, say hashtag Wild Huckleberry, remember the lights in case. LOL. Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, remember the lights. Yeah, just in case. But anyway, those are the things. And I know there's events going on in other places I don't know about. But,
right. Now, we have our tickets to HOA. Hopefully, we can arrange all of that. If not, we may just have a ticket giveaway.
No kidding. Right? Yeah, it'd be nice.
We can try to be there if we can. But,
but anyway, listen, it is 7:59. So listen, go on over to Red Dirt Rooster Road. Keith posted the link up in the chat there, and go on over to Red Dirt Rooster Road. See Monty and Michelle and the rest of the gang that'll be over there hanging out. And I know we weren't the we weren't. I don't know if I hope we were a good replacement for Jack and them. But
we can't fill Jack's shoes.
No, that's right. It's his space, and we appreciate everybody that came in and hung out with us. Anyway, Cody asked how everything was going.
Yeah, it's going good, Code, man.
Anyway, it's weird how my ticker, one says 8 o'clock and one says 8:02. It's behind up on my ticker up there. But anyway, but everybody, appreciate all the people in chat. Appreciate everybody coming in, contributing. Like I said, Jeff, good to meet you. And get to chat with you a little bit. And so I hope everybody has a great rest of their evening, has a great week, and be able to someone.
Let's have Hank to roll us out of here.
We're gonna have Hank take us on out of here. We'll have Hank take us out of here. Everybody head to Red Dirt Rooster Road.
Oh, the link is in the
thing down there. Anyway, all the links are down at the bottom. Anyway, hashtag Stronger Together. Have a blessed day, be a blessing to someone, and we will see you all on the other side.
No humans were harmed in the production of this podcast.